welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Shayla. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we are going to be making a paper bag journal, which is really fun. It's just a mini journal. This could actually be an accompaniment. I don't know if I said that word right. To a normal journal. So kind of like a journal companion, if you will. So this is the example here. I'll just quickly show you it because we have a lot to get done. This video will probably be a little bit longer, so feel free to skip through if you need to. My feelings won't be hurt. But anyways, this is the example here. So it's just made out of a paper bag, and I'll kind of show you. I already have one folded here that we're going to work on. So just a brown sack lunch bag. I think this is a standard size. It is, let's see, it's 10.5 long by, it looks like barely over 5 inches wide. So that is what I will be using today. Of course, you can definitely scale it up if you have bigger ones. That doesn't really matter, but let's dive into this one. So the cover, I just took some scrapbook paper, and then of course I layered with different little interesting bits. Yes, that is an old lotto ticket, which I thought was fun. That's something fun you could definitely collect. And you know, tea dye or something like that. But that one is just an older one. So I kind of just wrapped this around here. I'm not very good at like tying knots and things. So let's see. Let me just try and get this open here. And then I put an eyelet in here. That is optional. I just wanted a closure. If not, you could have this little extra spot as a pocket. So that's just, you know, there's definitely some different things you can do with these. This is just a little cluster that I made out of some scrap paper with some fabric and a button. And yeah, let's dive into it. So here is the inside. We have, you know, more scrapbook paper. And like I said, this could be a pocket here, so you don't have to put a closure if you don't want to. And then we have our little mini journal. So all I did is use 5 pieces of paper. So here's 1 and 2, 3. This one's actually an envelope, so I can tuck things in here. 4. So this one is what is this called? A recipe book. And you could also put on the sides like some cute trim or something just to make it pop a little bit more. I just didn't do that. And then some scrapbook paper that I covered on the other side with a cute little print for the middle. And then it just repeats. And then here, this is, it folds outwards, but I did a little, oh no, it's stuck. There we go. I did a little, you can see my glue kind of went everywhere. That's okay. Kind of fold out type thing. That's another cluster that I made. And then you fold out. Here is a belly band. I could definitely decorate this a little bit more. But this is just kind of an example one. And this is actually a piece from an old card game box. So I just thought I hung on to that, and I thought I'd put it in here. So that holds that. And then right here, I made a little pocket just with scrapbook paper, and I have a little playing card, a thread card, and then a little tag right here. And I do have this little spot here, so you can actually turn this into like a mini tuck if you wanted to. I just didn't tuck anything in it as of yet. So to be continued, like I said, there's tons of ways, and I did fold it like this. However, you could go like this and fold it over the top to secure it, and then, you know, tie it off. So let's get started. Okay, so like I said, you're gonna need a brown paper bag, and all I did was I took the brown paper bag, and the side that has this little flap here, I folded that inwards, just where it creases naturally, and then I folded this over to where this end meets the crease here. And that's how you get that perfect little fold. So now what I like to do is cover it with paper, whichever paper. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. And I'm just going to kind of use some things that are on my desk already. We can cover maybe the front with some music paper. And really all I do is, you know, I'll measure right here. So this is, let's see, it looks like 3.75. So maybe if we cut it at 3.5 for the width, that should probably work. And again, these will all be subject to change depending on how big your bag is. So we'll cut it at the 3.5 marker, which is right there. Perfect. And then let's see how tall we need it. So the height is going to be, so if we're at a little over 5 inches, maybe we'll do like, and I'm going to cut this piece off right here because there's not a lot of text, or, you know, imagery, and I kind of want all of that imagery. So maybe we'll cut to, I'm trying to think here. Okay. I would say like 4 and 4.75, I guess. So let's see. We'll try that. Or actually, I don't know if you can see that. So there's 4.75 and then there's like that little notch right afterwards. I'm going to cut right there. I'm so sorry. I don't know what that is, but if you do, feel free to leave a comment. So there we go. I have that, and that side is a little dirty, so we'll turn it over there. But first, let's go ahead and de-stress. So I'm using Tim Holtz Ranger ink, and I'm just going to get my dauber all nice and juiced up here. And this just gives it a kind of worn look. It also makes it pop against the paper bag a little bit more. All right. Okay. Perfect. So we have that, and I'm just going to make sure that my text is the right way, and I'm just going to kind of center it and glue it on. Let's move this out of the way here. So let's get my glue book. So a glue book basically is just a book here that I've had, and it doesn't really have like any great text or anything in here. I have so many, you know, books that have been gutted. So I use this as a glue book, and basically it just kind of catches any extra glue so that way it doesn't get on my desk. So it's always nice to have just a little glue book. And you can even, like, if you're going to like a thrift store or something like that, and you see a book that doesn't have a cover or something, you know, pick that up and use that if you don't have one. Okay. You could even use, like, you know, magazine or a newspaper, whatever keeps your desk clean. Old tissue paper. Well, maybe tissue paper might rip. I don't know. Okay, so there we go. Front one done. So now we have a few others to cover. And so for this one, there is a little notch here. So I am going to leave the notch there, and I'll only cover this part basically. Or you could cut out a paper that kind of goes around it as well. So let's see what paper I have. I do have like some, oh my goodness, look at how cute this is. These are actually, it's an old calendar. And they are kind of themed. Oh my goodness, I love that one. Maybe we could put that one right there. I think so. Okay. So again, I'm just going to measure it really quick. And it looks like we are looking at, it would be probably about the same, but I'm going to measure it from where that little notch ends. So probably at like 3 inches wide. So we'll go ahead and cut that at the 3. All right. And I hope I'm not going too fast. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them below, and I will definitely respond as best as I can. So that way, you know, all the questions are answered. Okay, so there we go. It does fit. So I'll kind of put it right there. And then I could also cover this with like trim or something, or layer some things on top of it. So I'm not really worried about that right now. Okay. Let's see here. And also too, you could just cover over it and then not put glue right there. So that way you don't close this unless you want to close it. So that's up to you. And I think that's what I did for my last one. Let me double check. No, oh no, I just see I cut out a hole, but you can't really tell. But that's fine. Okay, so let's measure how tall this needs to be. So since we're at about 5, let's do right under 5. So we'll go at that a little past 4 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so now we have our little paper, and I'll go ahead and distress this one as well. All right. Okay, hopefully that didn't stop anything. I was changing my my brightness. I felt like I couldn't see very well. Maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. All right. Okay, so I kind of lightly distressed that one. And we're going to go ahead and put it right there. Okay. Get the glue book out here. Yes, and when I craft, my desk becomes an absolute mess. Is anyone else like that? Are y'all neat crafters? Let me know in the comments. Are you a neat crafter or are you a messy crafter? I definitely fall in the messy category. I think I fall in the messy category for life in general, though. If anyone else is like that. My husband can confirm that. Okay. So there we go. We have one glued on. It is already looking so cute. Okay, and let's continue. So I'm going to keep covering here. Again, just we're doing measurements as we go along. So this one is about 4 inches wide, a little bit less. So I'll probably cut it at 4 3/4 of an inch for this one. Or wait. Yes, it's 3 3/4 of an inch, not 4 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so we do need another paper, and I might just use this to tie everything back in. It's nice if you use repeating patterns, so it doesn't look too hodgepodge, although I do like a good hodgepodge journal. So then we know that this is a little over 5, so I'll cut this again at that weird 4. I really wish I knew. What is it? 4 and it's basically almost to 5. It's right there. A little bit past the 4 3/4 of an inch. Cut that off. No, that's not blood. And then let's see. Does it just fit? Ooh, look at that. That just fits. Okay, great. So we'll go ahead and glue that down. And whenever your glue book page gets a little bit sticky, you can peel it off. And that is the pro of that, is that you have a new space to glue on. And these you can actually save and collage with them. So you don't have to throw these away either. It's not wasteful. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to glue this on, make sure it's the right way. Perfect. And I am using Scotch Create glue stick. I actually really like this glue stick. Another person on YouTube uses this one, and it is not bad. I recommend it. All right, here we go. Putting on this one. Oh, and see, I got ahead of myself and I didn't ink it. That's okay. No worries. We're all just having fun anyways. Okay, so there's that one. So we have 1, 2, and we need to cover this last one here. And then it's your choice if you want to glue this down. I'll glue it down for this one. I'm actually going to use my Fabri-Tac. Has a little bubble on it, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and, oh, it has cocooned itself. Let me grab my glue book here and wipe my fingers off. That is one thing I don't like, is glue on my fingers. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. No. Let me unclog this here. There we go. Put just a little bit of glue down, and then I'm going to smush it down. So now we just have a fold. There's no little spot there, but again, it is totally optional. You could definitely turn that into a tuck. You definitely don't need to glue it down if you don't want to. Okay, and then last but not least, I have this little one, and I do have this book here, A Guide to Garden Flowers. Look at how beautiful it is. I'm thinking maybe of just using one of these cool pages on there. They're almost the size. Let's see if there's a good one. Ooh, I like that one. All right. Let's see. What is the... Okay. I don't know. I was just seeing if there was a date on there. Okay. So let's go ahead. I'm going to cut this down a little bit. And I can kind of just like, if you just look at it, you can just kind of eyeball it. So I know I need probably about 1/4 of an inch there. So let's see. And let's see if that fits now. Yeah, that just about does it. So now I just need to cut off a little bit. And I'm going to cut from the bottom because I really want that image. Let's see. We'll start there. Look at that. That is like perfect. Maybe just a smidge more off the bottom here. Okay, let's try. Oh, that looks so cute. Okay, so let me move that out of the way. And now we're going to glue this down. Let me get a new page. Okay. Oh, and let's ink this one. And I'm using walnut stain just because it has like a nice dark brown to it. But I also really like tea dye. These are colors from the Distress inks. I know there's Distress oxides as well. It's harder for me to find the inks, I will say. I definitely have to get those online. Nowhere where I live carries the inks. They always carry the oxides, which is fine. But I think those dry slower from my experience. So, you know, I'm an impatient crafter, so that doesn't work for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to glue this down. Perfect. Awesome. And these are just fun to make, you know, like I said, as an accompaniment to a journal companion, if you will. All right, so now we have our bases. Super, super cute. Oh, we have to do that one too. Just kidding. We have one more. What about maybe like a cute, apparently this one's going to be like a fall one or something. I could do this cute little image right here, which I kind of like. Let's see. I'm just looking through my little images. Oh my gosh, look at the little bee. Would the bee go on there? Let's try for the bee. Let's see. Okay, this one is smaller, so I'm going to measure it. It looks like we're working with a little over 3 inches. So let's cut this one at 3, and I'm going to try and keep as much of the bee in it as possible. All right. Let's see, 3. I think actually that might work. Let's double check. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so cute. Okay, and then we can probably cut it. Here, let's just trim a little off there, and then maybe a little off there. Okay, there we go. Oh, look at how adorable. I know it doesn't quite match, but I'm feeling it. You know, this is what makes me happy, so we're gonna go for it. And I encourage that. You know, it doesn't always have to look super neat and put together. If it makes you happy in making it, that's really all that matters. You have to enjoy what you do. And it's taken me a really long time to figure that out, that you have to just enjoy the things that you do. Trust me, there's been a lot of things in my life I have not enjoyed. And I'm sure, you know, I am speaking to everybody through that. I'm sure I'm not the only one. But yes, do what you love and everything will fall into place. So, so true. Okay, there we go. Isn't that adorable? Oh my gosh. So cute. Okay, so now we can add some pockets or something. So this is the part where you can really just play. We can do like the belly band, which is literally just taking anything, right? And then just cutting it to size. So, I mean, I could even use like this or something. I'm not going to, but just a thought that you can use literally anything. And let's see. I'm going to pull away for just a moment. Okay, and I'm back. All right, so I found a few sheets of paper. I thought I could use this as a belly band. And then I thought I could make a little pocket right here. So we're going to do that. And I'm actually going to do the pocket this way so you can see some of the text. So all I'm going to do is actually just, all right, let's see if I can cut in a straight line here. Just going to cut like that. So there we go. I have a little pocket. And then I'm going to line it up just to see where we're at. I need to cut off just a little, just a hair. Like that. Perfect. And it should fit. There we go. That looks good. So now I'm definitely going to ink the edges here. Get our handy dandy. And I do try and shut my ink every time because it will dry out. So just something to think about if you want to preserve your ink. I do like that these inks come with ink refills. Or you can buy ink refills, so that way you don't have to keep buying like a new ink pad every time it runs out. So that's nice, trying to reduce packaging. Okay, so we have that, super cute, and we can always go in and decorate it further later. I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down, and since it's a pocket, I'm just going to glue the bottom and the side. And I will be using something a little more sturdier, the Fabri-Tac. It's just a silicone glue, but I find that it has a really, really good hold. So, perfect. Let's go ahead and awesome. Okay, so that's glued down. I'm just going to leave it be. And then now let's make our belly band. Okay. So this one I'll just cut. Oh, wrong way. And I know it's about 5 inches, so let's go ahead and cut that first. Okay, here we go. So I'll cut a little under 5. And then just depending on how thick you want it, just cut that. I usually like mine probably about 1 inch, but we'll do 1.5 inches maybe and see how that looks. I can always cut it down more. Okay. All right, so we have that. See, that's perfect. I think that looks great. Again, definitely going to ink it up. That also gives kind of like a definition of, you know, this is an opening in case you don't want to put anything in there. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And so now for the belly band, since we tuck things in, we're just going to put a little stream of glue here and here. So we'll do that. You don't want to put too much glue because if you do, it might smoosh everywhere and then you can't open up your pocket or your belly band. Okay. There we go. Perfect. And I'm just going to gently push that down and then I leave it be. Perfect. Look at that. So we have a little pocket here and right here. And then we have this. I think I'm just going to leave this like that because I really like it. I can definitely decorate this more, but let's start building our pages and then we'll decorate our cover. So I chose 5 pages. So I will use what I still have up here. I have this adorable, cute wrapping paper, vintage wrapping paper. And I have some old sheet music I've been working with. And then I also have, this is like that bee and ladybug paper, which I really love. And I have an extra sheet of cookbook material. And then last but not least, let's get an envelope here. I have another envelope. And envelopes are really great because you can fold them and then turn them into a pocket, which is really cool. Okay, so let's get started. And I actually, this envelope, let me measure the size here, is 6.5 inches length by 4.5 inches wide. So I actually just folded this and that ended up being a perfect size. And I'm guessing this is a kind of standard envelope. This ended up being a perfect size for the journal. So you see I folded it and it stays in there just fine. So I used this as my template of size of how much I needed to cut. So it's 6.5, right? Let me just double check myself. 6.5 by 4.5. So we already have one done, which I love. Oop. We already have one done. So now we need to cut the rest here. And I'm going to fold this once. Okay. And then, how did I do this last time? Oh, you know what? I folded it this way. Okay. So I folded it long ways, hamburger style. Okay. And then now I need to cut it at, oh, and I'm going to need to use the top. Let me zoom you out just a little bit. All right, there we go. See my messy desk. So I'll need to use this top one because this one doesn't fold out past 6 inches. All right. Get a decently flat surface to cut on. And okay, so now I like these little holes here, so I want to keep those. So first things first, we got to make sure, yeah, see, I guess, I'm second guessing myself here. Oh, you know what? I think what I did for this one, sorry, it's been a minute, is I just folded it over. So I folded it in half, I was right, in this hamburger style, and then I folded it over, just like that, and it fit in here perfectly. So I didn't touch it past that, I think. Let me just double check. We could probably cut a sliver off, and that will be for the height. So it's the same height, but I'm okay if it's a little bit over the envelope right here. If you can see that, it's a little bit past the envelope, which I'm fine with. So that's fine. So again, for this long one, I just fold it in half and fold it this way. And there you go. And the next one is this guy. And I need 6.5 inches. So I'm going to go up here and measure it at the 6.5 mark. Perfect. Okay. So there's that. And then for height, I think this is already cut down to size because I used it in my other journal. So all I'm going to do is fold it in half. So again, just make sure your pages, your signatures are all folded the correct way, the way that you want. This one, see, it's upside down one way, but then right side up the other way. I think I'll leave it like this. And what I could even do, just for funsies, because I'm having ideas, y'all, is cut off this part. So I just cut off one side. So that way, look at that. Isn't that cool? So you can see that more. So we'll do that. And then, yeah, just play with your paper. I mean, you know, worst case, if you cut it too much, you can use it as like a scrap paper for something, for a cluster or whatever. Okay, and then this one's folded a lot. It's folded in half. It's a big sheet of wrapping paper. So what I did for my journal that I already made, if you notice, this paper is, let me show you. It's doubled. So, and I didn't sew it. I could have sewed it if I wanted to for extra security. But I just folded it. So let's see here. We'll take this piece. So this piece is already folded. So really I just need to cut it to the 4. So let me turn it over here and, oh, let me turn it this way and cut it to the 4.5. Okay. I love big sheets of paper, but they're unwieldy. Okay, so 4.5 gets us right about there, which I'm trying to think if that is correct. Let's just cut it and we'll see. Yes, okay, so there's that, and then we just have to cut it to the 6.5. And I'm going to cut it leaving this side, the side that's folded, intact. So that side will be measured, and then I'll cut this off. There we go. And then now all I have to do is fold it in half, just like that. Perfect. So now we have another one. Okay, and then last but not least, I have my sheet music. This is the, I guess, last page of it, which I have tons, so I'm glad I'm using one up. Sheet music is very easy to find in thrift stores and things, I find, so just keep your eye out in the book section, or maybe like where their records are or something. Okay, so I just cut off this little brown piece. You know, someone really loved it if they reinforced it. Okay, and now we have to cut this by the width, which is 4.5. Perfect. And then we'll cut it down to size. So I do want the text. So I'm going to go ahead and chop off this bottom piece. And then I'll go this way and measure it at the 6.5. And cut it again. So there we go. And then we just fold in half. And this paper is brittle. I don't know if you can see that, but it is starting to fall apart. So I'm going to reinforce it, which is very easy to do. If you have some washi tape, you can use regular tape as well. I just have this little washi available, and I'm just going to take a piece just like that. Zoom in a little bit. Let's move this out of the way. I think we're done cutting paper for now. And so for the reinforcement, all I do is I just take this and smush it on one side and then flip it over, fold, smush it on the other side, and then we just cut off the excess here. 1 and 2. And now it's reinforced. So whenever you poke your hole through it, when you're stitching it into your paper bag, it won't fall apart. Okay, so now we have all of our papers. So let's go ahead and stitch them in. But first things first, I do have this little sheet of paper. This is what I use for my middle. If you don't like the white paper, you could go ahead and cover it with something. You know, like you could collage and put a bunch of like little strips of paper on there. It's definitely up to you. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and leave that one. And I can always, it could be writing space for later. So I'm just going to, this one will be my middle because it's very decorative. And then I'm just going to align them how I would like for them to go. I'll put this one next, and then this one will go on the outside here. Okay, so this is what we're working with. This is what it looks like. Super, super cute. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke some holes in it. And since it's only 5 pages, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. However, if you are uncertain, you can make, you know, little dots and things, but I'm just going to go for it. So I have my little pokey tool here. I actually got this off of Whatnot. If you don't know what Whatnot is, it is a selling platform where all kinds of people sell all kinds of things. And people do sell like junk journal supplies, which is really cool, including myself. You can check my description box for more details on that. But I'm going to use this pokey tool. And I'm just going to poke 3 holes. We're going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch here. So I'm going to start kind of at the top, and I'm just going to poke a little hole. There it is, right there. Nothing special. Pull back out. And it's really important to hold your papers. Oh no. That's okay. I had like ink or something on my hands. And then second hole is going to be kind of in the middle. We're just going to poke that one through. If you don't have like a pokey tool, you could use like a skewer stick. If you have one of those metal skewer sticks, an ice pick. You can even probably use like a safety pin, like a long safety pin, a big one. Oh no, I'm just starting to make that messy. Or you could use like a sewing needle just to get you by. And then I'm going to poke the last hole kind of near the bottom. Perfect. And now keeping my paper where it is, I'm going to line it up with this crease right here. So front and then this crease right here. I'm just going to put it right where I want it to go in the middle. That looks about good. And then I'm going to take my pokey tool and I'm just going to go through one more time to get that hole. So 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. So now we have all 3. And so now I'm going to use some, or I'll just use this one. It's a binder clip. You can use a clothespin, whatever, just to hold those in there while I get my string ready. Where is my string? Okay, here it is. So I'm just using this like waxed cord. You can use embroidery floss as well. You could probably even use like a really thin trim to bind it. So, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my trim or my string, whatever you're using, and count 3 times the length of the book. So 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to cut right there. Typically that's how much you will need. You might have a little bit of extra, but it's better to have extra than not enough. So now we have, wait, did I cut that correctly? Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, that's just not a lot of string. And then let me find my needle. So I do have a needle. It is slightly bigger than the holes I made, which is fine. Oh no, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. I'd find it eventually. So it has a dull tip to it, which is fine. And then all we're gonna do, here we go, we have this, is I'm going to go through the middle, inside out, through the middle, and pull through. You want to make sure this little tail here stays here though. So I'll put my finger on it, and then I'm going to go through outside to inside. And if you have some difficulties, sometimes that happens, you can go through each page individually if you need to. Go slow. So there we go. Oh, and see, I almost lost my tail. Which isn't the end of the world, but you just have to kind of redo it. And then I'm going to go past the middle all the way to the bottom, and then go from inside to out, just like that. Oh, okay. All right, and I do like to make sure I have just a little bit of wiggle room here, so I can always pull this, which makes me be able to pull, I can always pull this, which makes me able to pull this a little more. So now I have a little bit left. I'm going to go back through the middle, inside, and there we are. And I'm going to make sure, so since this string is on this side, on the right side, technically, I'm going to make sure that when I come back this way, my other string is on the left side of my middle string. And that's important because I took my needle off. So now you have this. Make sure it's nice and taut. And you want that to be on either side, like each string on either side. So that way when you tie it, it ties down that middle string. And I just do like a few knots. And then you could make a bow if you want to. You could leave them long and hang a charm off of it, but I'm just going to cut them. And so I'll cut them kind of where they stop right here. I think that looks nice. Just like that. And then we can take this off now. And now we have an adorable little booklet. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? So adorable. And you can, you know, like I said, decorate it with pockets and tucks and whatever you want. But that is how to do a journal. So we're going to decorate the front really quick, and then that will be it for today. So let's see what we can do to the front. And I'm just going to do that to hold it closed. If I was going to put an eyelet in, which I don't think I'm going to do for this one, because I want to leave that pocket open, I have my crocodile. You can also use a singular hole punch, and it has little hole punches on the side, and I just hole punch it right here, you know, kind of, I guess, in the, not middle, but, you know, edge. Hole punch it there, and then I put my eyelet in and obviously squeeze it down with this, which squeezes the eyelet down, and that's how I got the hole. So I won't do that, but we can cover this with something cute. So let's see. I don't know what I want to do yet, so we're just gonna, and I'm just looking, I have, let me pan up here. Oh, I can't pan up. Well, I have all over here, all of these right here are just little mini things that I can grab and use if I need to. So let's see. We have, I do like this page. Okay, I'm going to use that. And let's see. So let's go ahead and clip that. So I have something to work on. And I think I'm going to cut this. Okay. And I actually have, let me find in my tools here, where is it? I'm looking for my rounder. Okay, I found it. It took me a second. It was hiding. So I have this. This is a crocodile corner chomper. And this is really good for cutting things. So let's see. One is smaller than the other. But basically, all it does is rounds the edge a little bit. Gives it a little more of a finish. So since that's what I'm going for here, I'm just going to go ahead and round them as best I can. Excuse me. There we go. So now it just looks just a little more cuter. So let's see. I feel like it needs, maybe we could tie this back into it. I don't know about that. Okay. Now I'm going to get all picky. Watch. I love the little chickens. It's so cute. All right, let's see if I can cut. All right, I'm pulling it back out. I'm just gonna do a quick little trim here. Okay. We'll do... Oh, wait. How many was it? Okay, let me just double check. Getting ahead of myself. 3.5. Okay. So let's do 3 maybe. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this date piece off. Okay. Alright, so I cut that. Let me zoom it back in. Perfect. Okay, while I do like it, I feel like it needs to be shorter. There's 1 and 2. Okay. Oh my gosh, so cute. And then what if I put this right here, like in the middle? Or maybe just, I think the white is just throwing me off. Let's distress it. I'm really invested in this chicken paper though, so we're going to use it. Okay, that looks a little better. All right, let's go ahead and glue that down. And we might end up using something else instead of the rook thing, but we'll see. Let me get my pokey. Okay. So I did at one point have the Sugar Bells icing piping bottles that everyone seems to use. And I have to say, I am, hot take, not a big fan. So I guess I'm going to stop using it. It has worked great, but I don't know. I just don't think it's for me. But that's me. Okay, so there we go. That is our cover. Now let's put some cute things on here. So what I could do... Is that crooked? Okay, what I could do is I could put it like right here and then have something else right here, which I think might work well. And I'm digging into my little scraps here. I have... Oh my gosh, look at how cute that is. Wouldn't that be cute? Okay, let's... New plan of action. I'm going to glue down just some... I'm going to glue this little snippet I made. Isn't it adorable? And let's see. Glue right here. Okay. I guess this will be a fall one or something. So see, this is a little like snippet I made with just some scraps and I sewed it at the top. And now we need something right here. So let's see. I do have some little quotes and words and things. So let's see. Ooh, look at this. This is an old piece of sheet music. Let's see how it looks. I mean, yeah, that looks really cool. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I'll cut it. I can't tell. It's just literally falling apart. I love when paper is really buttery like that. I think it's really cool. I don't know. Okay. Sorry, this is the part where I get really indecisive. Okay. And I am pulling from this little bin of words. Let me just show you. It says quotes and words, and I just have some fun things in here. These are Sterilite containers if you're interested. They usually come in a pack of 3 for $10. I've seen them for like $8 or $7 sometimes. I actually find a lot of them at thrift stores, and all they really need is a good little clean. So then you clean it and they're great. I'm just looking for maybe some text or something. Ooh, 4 Great Adventures. I do like that. I just feel like it needs a word or something. Maybe we could do that and then pull out my other one. Sorry, you're to see everything here. So this one is my flora and fauna. So basically any pretty leaves or flowers. Ooh, look at that. That's cool. That's from a watercolor, how to watercolor book. Ooh, I love that. Okay, we found it. It only took forever. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue that on as well. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue that on. And I kind of want it to pop off the page here. That looks perfect. And then I could put that like right there. I kind of like that. Or should I just let it breathe? Maybe I should just let it breathe. Okay. All right, so there it is, y'all, for now. I'll probably create a closure or something. So I have this cute little flip. And here is the inside. We do have a pocket still exposed here that we can put goodies in. This is our little journal portion. Again, this can be a pocket. And we sewed in a little signature there. We have a belly band. We have a cute little pocket here. And then last but not least, we have the cute little bee. And that is the little mini journal. Isn't that exciting? So I hope you guys make some. You know, these are really fun to make. It didn't take too long. And thanks so much for watching. If you did like this video, please give it a like so I know that you liked it. And leave me a comment. Talk to me. I love to hear what you guys are thinking. So until next time, stay crafty. Bye.